Redlands. His work is everywhere, even in home shoe suite.
Got that right. Well, welcome to the Redlands Camera Club for this April program. We're going to be talking about smartphone photography. Actually, who brought their phone today? Everybody brought the phone. So this is going to be interactive and fun. But let me start off. Let me set the stage. Okay, you are at a birthday party. You're at a birthday party, and you've brought your camera. You've brought this. You've made a hefty investment in your camera. You are very excited about your camera. You want to tell everybody about your camera. And so I saw this on YouTube. I was just howling. Hope you find it as funny as I am. Guys, you Zoomers, I'm going to hit mute here so hopefully we don't get any backup or reverb on that, and then I'll unmute you as soon as I'm back. So here we go.
At parties, we leave the camera by the chips. We hope someone asks about it. When they do, we spew specs. 61 megapixels, AI tracking. They ask to see a photo. We panic. I can't, we stammer. I shoot in native format. It looks flat until I color grade it. We have $10,000 of gear on the table, but 0 usable images. Meanwhile, someone's aunt just airdropped a perfect video from her iPhone to the whole room. The living room is a mess. The lighting sucks. We are sweating behind the Sony A7R5 mounted on a tripod like surveying equipment. We've attached the Sony FE 50mm f1.2 GM, the heavy glass totem we mortgaged our dignity for. This is the Super Bowl of domestic photography. The kid tears the paper. We shoot wide open at f1.2 because we paid for the bokeh. Big mistake. The depth of field is thinner than a credit card. The real-time IAF panics and locks onto the high-contrast wrapping paper instead of the child's face. We start screaming commands. Freeze! Hold the smile! I need to drop the ISO! We sound like a drill sergeant. The kid ignores us. The moment is blurry. While we are frantically menu diving to find flexible spots small, Grandma pulls out a battered iPhone 11. She doesn't know what an aperture is. She taps the screen once. Apple's computational brain instantly balances the exposure and stabilizes the joy. 10 seconds later, phones ding across the room. She beamed the video to the group chat. Everyone is laughing. We stand in the corner like idiots holding a $6,500 brick. We miss the shot. Game over. That full-frame sensor didn't make us an artist, it just made us broke. We spent a fortune to be slower, louder, and worse than a grandma with a phone.
All right, we're doing back. We're
Still standing.
Cheryl. You're not camera lady, ain't it? All right. Android's over on this side. iPhone's over on this side. Okay, just so you know, turn around so you can make some friends. All right. Make sure you've introduced yourself. Okay, we got okay. How many of you have look on the back of your camera or look on the back of your phone? Yeah. Okay. Who has one circle this side, two circles that side, three circles that side? Okay, so I guess that would be lenses, right? 1, 2, 3.
5.
More than 3 over on this side. So sure, you're right where you need to be.
Yeah, I know.
2 on this.
2 on this side. 3 over here. Anyone? You got 1. 2. 3. Okay. Now, in the olden days, what camera do you have? You remember his iPhone? iPhone what? Number? Do you
I
remember?
don't know what it is.
Okay, it's probably 10 or less.
Well, it's, I think it's actually 11 or 13.
11 or 13.
13?
One of those.
Well, in the olden days, they used to only have one lens. One lens. Who wants a camera with one lens? I mean, you wouldn't buy a DSLR with only one lens. So then they invented 2 lenses. Ta-da! So they have the, hold it on the back. It's incredible. They have the ability to do wide, kind of medium and wide. Medium and wide. What's missing in medium and wide? Long. So that's when they invented 3 lenses over here. Short, medium,
16.
and long.
16E.
60E. Okay, it's the E. E for
Exceptional.
exception. So then they got 3, short, medium, long. Go ahead and grab a seat. Thanks for playing. And then for those who they kept going. So if 3 is good, 5 is better. All right. So
Whoa.
So if
Sorry.
and who owns an Android? Right. If you want to see the future of phones, look to Android because they're going to hit it first. So they've got all of these phones over here. Now, incredibly, what's happening is you've got the the DSLR. You've got your 15 to 30. You've got your 24 to 70, and you got your 70 to 200 in your pocket. Unbelievable. I mean that this is even it's just crazy what you're able to do these days. And let me we're gonna pop up on the screen here. I'm going to share the screen with you. So you're gonna see on my phone. I'm going to share exactly what's on my phone.
I found zoom in.
Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, zoom. Oh, what's that? What's that?
You just told me doing this is 60.
Yes, no, maybe so. How come we tried it when we tried it beforehand and it worked?
Did you stop share?
We shouldn't have to stop share. We still want to share. I'm just sharing to your screen over here. We worked on this, we promise. It was working flawlessly. It was gorgeous. It was beautiful.
Pretty dark in here.
I'm sharing. Share again.
I did. Let's take.
At parties, we leave the camera by the chips.
Yeah.
We hope someone asks about it. When they do, we
All right, try this again. MacBook Pro. All right, see what you can do over on that side. It was working beautifully. See if it's hit it up. Says accepted. We can see, but we can't see. Sounds like I need to pivot. Okay, pivoting. So the future of iPhones is Android. Sorry, guys. So if you want to be ahead of the curve, one of the challenges being ahead of the curve is you're trying all kinds of new stuff, and then they're going to try something else new. Where with iPhone, you have a very steady progression, and that you know that it's going to work, and it's going to work the very same way that it worked before, so you don't have to learn anything new. Which is why the grandma who had a busted up to iPhone 12 could beat everybody in the room, right? Because she had the photo. So everything that I'm going to talk about iPhones is going to be work the same as Android. I'm going to try this again. Try to stop sharing down here with our Zoomers. And then make sure we're sharing the whole screen. All right. Reshare. Share desktop. That should be it. All right. Reshare. Here. That is a head scratcher and a half. Sorry, Zoomers. You just gotta have to look at me. Poor guys. Poor guys. Okay, so with your phone, go ahead and pull out your phone. Everybody take a picture of me. Get your phone out. Take a picture of me. All right, ready? On the count of 3.
Smile.
1, 2, stop. Keep your hands up. Vertical, 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 vertical.
Got one.
Okay, we got horizontal, horizontal. That's 2. Tip number 1. Your phone goes 2 ways. This way and this way.
And you can do diagonal.
Now, one is not, if you're taking a picture of a giraffe, you better go vertical. Right? Taking a picture of me, you better go horizontal. So if you're only shooting vertical, switch it up. If you're only shooting horizontal, switch it up. Because what's going to happen is you're going to slow down. When you slow down, you're going to think better. You're going to think about what you're taking a picture of. The secret to smartphone photography, if any of you are taking notes, this is it. The secret to smartphone photography is the exact same thing as the secrets to taking photos, good photos anywhere. Good composition, good subject matter, good leading lines, good use of the rule of thirds, good, all of those things. It's the exact same. It's just the tool that you're using. In fact, I loved what Paul Box, when he gave his presentation, what he was saying was that when he looked at his Lightroom, 70% of his keepers came from his iPhone. It's like, that is an honest photographer right there. The amount, the goodies that you can get out of here. So HDR, okay, let's just pretend, hey, you've got cameras, all right? So I want to take an HDR. It's really important that I'm sure and steady. So I've got to have my tripod. I've got to have my DSLR. So you just start adding the math, right? Got to have this over here. Got to put my Arca Swiss compatible, L bracket on here because I'm going to do vertical. Going to do vertical over here. I want to get this over. Okay. Going to get this set up. Oh, I don't want to accidentally touch the thing and move it. So let me get my remote shutter. All right, gotta get my remote shutter release. Okay. And now the sun is setting, right? It's busy setting. So I'm not feeling any pressure whatsoever. Right? You're trying to get this in. You're trying to plug that in. Oh, did I keep charge the batteries? Did I remember the batteries? Did the batteries get loose? Is this on the right channel? Okay, I'm ready. Okay, I'm gonna take it. Oh, I forgot to set it on HDR. So now I'm going through the menus. Okay, menu. Okay, there's that menu info button. No, it's button menu info slide. Okay, I have to memorize where this thing is. Then I want to do a pano. This is really good. So I'm going to do an HDR. I got my HDR set up. I'm going to do a 3 bracket. No, I'm going to do a 5 bracket. I'm going to do a 5 bracket. Excuse me. 5 bracket setting. And I'm going to do a pano. Okay, don't move, sunset. I'm going to come over here. Oh, no, wrong one. Sorry, I got to sit. Nope, nope, wrong, wrong one. This one over here, right? And I'm gonna boom, boom. I'm taking my photo. I'm stepping away. I'm being very still. I'm holding my breath because I don't want to make sure that I get. It's like boom. Okay, boom. Or go over here to pano mode. Cinematic, slow-mo, time-lapse, panorama. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
And I've got the photo, I've got the shot. Oh, I didn't tell you, I got to take this back to Lightroom. I have to move it from the chip onto the computer. Then I have to tell Lightroom where to find the photo. Then I have to import the photo. Then I have to remember, did I do a 3 or a 5? I started with a 3, but I started with a 5. And so I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm selecting those 5. And then I'm doing an HDR. And then I'm going to, now I get a new photo. And then I've got to do that to this photo over here. Maybe I can batch it if I remember how to batch it, because that's Command Shift H, I believe. Or take this out, and I'm done. Now, there's reasons why I want to do this. There's reasons why I pull out this tool. But it's just that, it's a tool. Swiss Army knives are tools. But my chainsaw can do better than your Swiss Army knife. Well, your chainsaw can do better at chainsaw things than my Swiss Army knife, but my Swiss Army knife can do more than your chainsaw can do in total. And that's what you got to think of these as Swiss Army knives. They have their place. Well, are you ever going to be able to do, I want to do astrophotography with my phone? Well, actually, handheld Milky Way photography is a thing. You can do that now. These things are that good. Now, would you get better if you put it on a tripod? For sure. Would you get better if you post-process? Absolutely. Here's a secret. You can take the photo on your iPhone and then bring it into Lightroom to edit. You don't have to keep it on the iPhone. You're allowed to use whatever tool you want. And so if you are a master of Lightroom, you can take your photo and then bring it over. In fact, you can even shoot RAW these days. Now, I don't recommend it because the file sizes are like blah, blah. For that picture of the cheesecake that you just had for dinner, it might be a little bit overkill. Might be a little bit overkill for sure. All right. Let's just compare this camera to this one. All right. You want to weigh this sucker? All right. We got a little bit of heft. Try this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is about 20 times more weighty, hefty. So maybe you've got a little bit of challenge holding things. Okay, the phone that we're just gonna have easier holding steady. 1, like it is a 2. That's because I bought an accessory, right? I can hold it down over here, maybe. But if I'm shooting a long day, this is gonna get a lot more tired than I can do shoot over here. So I can shoot longer. Well, if I'm not as tired, I'm more enthusiastic. If I'm more enthusiastic, I'm gonna take better pictures. It just comes with the territory. Now, am I suggesting we become the iPhone or Android camera club? No, I love my DSLR, right? Because in the thing that the DSLR can do, it can do much, it can do better. But for a general purpose phone that's with you everywhere you go, oh, talk about battery life, right? Oh, sharing. One of the things of sharing. So I was at the Redlands Bowl. I coordinate the volunteers at the Redlands Bowl. They were doing their last, the firework finale. All of the mucky mucks got together, and okay, I've got my camera out. I'm perfect setting. TV, got it on TV. I got it at 1/20th. I got it at I'm looking at, oh, this is about 3 deep. Okay, I'm gonna go with 5.6 depth of field. Boom, boom, boom. I'm taking the pictures, and oh, just a sec. Take this one out. Boom. Hey, can you send that to me? It was already up and posted on social media before I even got home. So all of these photos that I took on this one didn't even get used. Doesn't mean that it wasn't good for archival purposes. It doesn't mean that I could use all those things, but it was already up on social media because you can share so easy. You want to share? I mean, I was just howling the little videos talking about, oh, I shoot it in RAW. Okay, which has a bigger screen for sharing, right? I want to show you. Let me show the photo. You ever had to apologize? Look on the back of my camera. Yeah, it's
It goes
oh yeah,
Or
yeah.
flips.
Then, where it's just easier to share. It's so much more fun. And again, sharing is caring. So part of the, when you're taking photos of people, now you may have noticed you're trying to take pictures of puppies or young children, grandchildren. There's no camera on Earth that is fast enough to take those, take those photos. They still have, the Hubble, wouldn't be good enough to take those photos. But you can get pretty darn close. You can get pretty darn fast. You can do some fun techniques that you can't do with your phone on your iPhone. In fact, let's see, Tracy, you're gonna be my guinea pig. All right. So how many of Tracy's are there? One Tracy. Okay, you're gonna sit there, and then when I tell you, you're gonna walk around me. Get this out of the way. You're gonna walk around me, and you're gonna sit right next to yourself. Right over here. You're gonna stand right next to yourself. All right. So I'm gonna go to, where's my pen? Over here. I'm gonna come over here. All right. Go ahead. Walk around me. Go ahead and then stand right where you are. Perfect. Oh, didn't work.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
You are gonna be you're gonna stand next to her. All right, 1, 2, not yet. All right, go ahead. Walk other way.
Keep going.
Yeah, right over there. Boom. And we found your twin.
Oh, there's two of her.
There's 2 of her.
Yes.
Found her twin. Because it's using a video process. Do you know how hard that would be to do in I would need to know my camera.
And then spitting.
I would need to know. Yep.
Yeah.
You're sitting and standing.
That's right.
I could do that just by using panel mode because it's using a video process. The most I did a challenge to my smartphone class one time. There was 2. It's like, well, can you do 3? Can you do 4? So I had this family, they were gonna take me up on the challenge. Every person was in the frame in a different spot, at least 4 different times. So it was 4 people, 4 times. There were 60 people in this photo, and they went at it. They were running around, and their mom was at the camera. Use the tool, you can use the tool differently. Otherwise, I would have to own Photoshop, know Photoshop, be able to do the compositing, be able to do the exporting, be able to do the uploading. And by the time you are figuring it, you've driven home, you've taken the photo, I'm already on my next photo. There's one of my favorite stories about photography. It has nothing to do with photography. It's about pottery. There was a professor divided his class up into 2 parts. This half, I want you to make the perfect bowl. This side of the class, I want you to make as many bowls as you can. This was on the spin wheel, right? So everybody over here, they were concerned with, they were just going to make that one perfect bowl. And they spent time and energy. And these guys over here, they're just throwing it around, making bowls all day long. And at the end of the semester, everybody on this side had much better bowls than everybody on that side because they just made more bowls. Same thing with photography. Whoever takes the most amount of pictures wins. Okay, now it's not just willy-nilly. You got to think about it. But if you're out in the field, if you're going out on photo walks, you're going out here, you're going to this location, that location, you're expanding your technique. The great thing about digital photography, you just, okay, we're going to do a contest here. Get out your phones. Who has the most amount of photos in their photo? Okay. Who has the most amount?
How do you know?
Tells you right there on the bottom. Library.
Maybe not on ours.
Okay, 333. Who has more than 333?
1,600.
3,000. Okay, who has more? Jim. 4,000. Who's got more than 4,000? 4,000, 4,000, 4,000.
80,000.
80,000. I think we have a winner. In fact, I had one girl in my class. I go, she never took any photos off of her phone. She just, when she ran out of space, she just got a new phone. 14,000. Okay. At some point, there's an addiction. At some point, you got to call the 800 number. So, who has an app that they like using? Who has a photo app they like to use?
Snapseed.
Snapseed. Okay, who's used Snapseed before? Snapseed is a fantastic. Snapseed was so good that Google bought them. They've recently done an upgrade to their interface. But Snapseed, it's better than, in my opinion, it's almost as good as Lightroom, but you can use it with your fingers. If you can go up and down, if you can go left and right, Snapseed is fantastic. And it works for iPhone and Android.
Do you have to pay for it?
iPhone or Snapseed is free. So that's a great way to get started. If you're not used to editing your photos, that's a great way to get introduced to the concept. I was going to try to show, but it's not working so hot. Snapseed. Who else has an app that they like to use? Brian.
Which one? I have PhotoShop.
No, which one do you like?
Oh, right now I've been using Final Cut.
Final Cut. That is a video editor.
I use it actually for photos.
Really? Why would you use a photo
I
editor?
can take a photo in 4K and 8K now.
Ah.
I avoid skipping the raw process, have it as a regular version of a JPEG, and it still is equivalent to a raw image quality.
Interesting. So because video quality is getting, more and more, it used to be 640 by 480. Actually, I when I was trying to figure out which is going to win, YouTube or Google Video, I knew it was going to be Google Video because Google, and it was 320 by 240. It was this postage size stamp. Then they went to standard definition. Then they went to higher definition. And now they're doing 4K, now 8K. You can start using these video processing tools, all of the color grading that are in these things. Interesting concept. Who else has a, Jim?
It's an app called Pro Camera.
Pro Camera.
I recommend it, but I also don't recommend it.
Ah, okay.
I also recently took a course with Scott Kelby, on iPhone photography
Okay.
these 2 days. And his opinion was that the iPhone app is better, allows you to get more pictures, and all these other apps like Pro Camera, Ally, things like that, they are for special purposes. For example, when you need a really, slow shutter speed, or to adjust the ISO or something like that. But for most things, I just use the regular camera app, but it's, for specialized things, I think it's great.
Lightroom. Anybody use Lightroom on the phone? Just a few in the back?
Barely, I haven't.
Yeah, I tried it because I use Lightroom Classic. If you use the other Lightroom, it kind of syncs better. This is my phone here. Sorry, Zoomers, you can't see it because I'm going straight to the phone over here. Okay, Instagram. Instagram is a phone app. It's one of the great ways where I get inspiration from. It's also a big time suck, especially with all the videos. Instagram over here. Snapseed right here next to my camera. So Snapseed is fantastic. So Snapseed, here's this was a selfie with me and my son. So if I want to adjust this, I've got Brighton, whatever. If I'm going to use, the built-in tools over here, I could adjust. Again, it's as simple as up, down, left, right. So up, here's my options, up and down. Brightness, left and right. So I can go way over here and go way down here, and then I can adjust the taste. If I want to move to the next tool, go to the next one. What does it do? I don't know. So I go all the way to the right, I go all the way to the left, and I like it about right there. What does this do? I don't know. So what is it going to do? I'm going to go all the way to the right. Ah, that's terrible. Going to go all the way to the left. Ah, that's not too bad. Heidi.
What I like about Snapseed is for someone like me who's a beginner and doesn't know all the terms, I'm starting to get more familiar, but people talk about curves or white balance or vignettes. It'll show them on there. And so then I can do exactly what you did. And so I'm learning it. So when I do get my camera, soon, when I do get my camera, I'll be able to I understand it better. It's helping me practice in an easy way, those things. So I really appreciate that. Most of you guys are not beginners, but
You still get the advantage of editing. Editing in photography is where the magic happens. So if you're not editing your photos, you're missing out. You can have great location, great subject matter, great composition, but if you're not editing, you're not pulling out the details. So here's my of all the things that I do on my iPhone, and I'm going to edit. This is where the magic happens, right over here. The magic. Done. One touch and it's good. No, I can go through. Oh, look at this exposure. That sounds familiar to me. Ah, brilliant. I don't know what that does. But how do I find out? I'm just going to go all the way one way, all the way the other way. All right, I like that. What's the next one? Highlights. I'm not familiar with what that does. I know it is, yeah. But let's pretend I don't know. So how am I gonna figure it out? Just go all the way to the one way. Then go all the way to the next way. Oh, that's too, yeah, that's bad. That's not too shabby. So I can go through it one at a time. I really want to fine tune this iPhone photo that I took. Now, I also took this with this camera. And guess which one I posted? This camera. Partly because I was so invested. $100,000. Yeah. This, I thought it saturated a little bit too much for my taste over here. But what's happening when you're taking a photo, a lot of people, they boast, well, when I don't have to edit my photos with an iPhone. Well, that's because it's doing 1,000 million computations a second, while it's always doing the HDR, and it's doing the editing for you. Well, what your phone is actually giving, or your camera is actually giving you the raw data. It's giving you just exactly how it is. It's not applying any extras on top of it. That's why your RAWs look flat. They look flat on purpose. You're supposed to juice them and edit them and bring out that detail, tease it out. You know, it's a slower process. That slower, more thoughtful process is going to give you oftentimes better results. But you can do the same thing with your phone. Slow down. In fact, Photo Pills is a photo app that I use a lot. This one, I use the pills over here. The planner is, to me, as confusing as any program that there ever existed. So I don't use the planner, but I do use the night AR, augmented reality. So take a look at this. Which way is north? Ah, there's the North Star over here. Where's the Milky Way going to be? Well, I happen to know that it's going to be in the south. This way. Well, what time is the Milky Way going to be? Ah, so I could look over here and I see it 324. That's where the Milky Way arch is going to be. Right over here. So I can go up to my Joshua tree, walk up to my tree, put this on, and I want it right there. That's at 2:45 in the morning. I could either go to sleep until 2:50, till 49, or I can, be prepped and prepared and then take that shot right there. So this is so handy for my star trails. Well, which way do you want? Do you want the circles? Aim that way. Do I want some 45-degree angles? Aim that way. I don't have to guess anymore. It's so wonderful. So I can, oh, I'm sorry, you're sideways. It didn't flip. So I find it absolutely fascinating. This is a tremendous. Who has another app? App. My camera apps.
I would say light meter, but if you're shooting film.
Yeah, light meters. They got built-in light meters. SkyMap. Stellarium. Well, those are for nighttime things. For photography, every once in a while, I want to know the XF data. What do they shoot? What's the pixel count or anything like that? So I use XF data for that. Phone photography.
One called Photo Tool, but I don't use it much.
Color
It's
Splash
Very
is
complicated.
one of my favorites. Left. So you get a photo like here, it turns it to black and white, and then you can color in just the color. So I just highlight where I want the color to go. It's a great effect. You can do it in Photoshop, or for 99 cents, you can do it here. And you use your finger like a paintbrush.
What's
It's
the name?
Color Splash.
Color
Color Splash is the name. Yep, over there. Prisma. That's fun. That's I was using, my students were using AI before AI was cool, where it uses your photos, but it applies different textures on top of it. In different styles, and you could do style. So Heidi was joking about Home to Suites. Home to Suites is a local hotel, and they wanted stylized photos of Redlands. Well, I'm a Redlands photographer. I have a pretty good portfolio. I ran every single one of these. I made thousands of dollars selling them photography that was run through a smartphone app. Didn't tell them that, but
Which
it
one
was.
is that?
This is a Prisma.
Prisma.
Prisma. Bokeh. Okay, bokeh. That is one thing that your camera can't do because it's a physical property of the lens. Or can it? It can't do it with the physical property of the lens, but it can do it with smart people with math. And so you could take a photo. I'm going to take a photo. I'm going to go to portrait mode over here. Panel, portrait. Okay. Okay, so I'm in portrait mode. So I'm going to take your picture over here. Now look in the background. It's already blurring. It's doing it automatically. But yeah, Zach, quit making faces back there. Now, here's the photo. It blurred the background. Look at this, all the way around, even in between over here. And after the fact, let's see, after the fact, portrait, okay, off. Okay, off.
On.
Magical.
Yeah.
It did it automatically by itself. It's doing bokeh. Now, not only can it do bokeh, you can then dial it in. How much bokeh do you want? You can give it more bokeh or less bokeh. You can edit after the fact. That is unbelievable. Oh, I can turn it into a 3D model. Do you like your photo, John? Yeah. So, smartphone photography is here to stay. It's only getting better. I would encourage you to use, for some people, it's their primary phone. Don't be bashful about that. You used to, I am only using my iPhone. You were using an iPhone. These are some of the best consumer products ever existed on the planet. And apps to boot, the ability to share at in a heartbeat. It's just a tremendous use. Sure.
What ratio is a good, or should you have it on? Is there any particular ratio?
You mean of
9:16, 3:4?
Good question. iPhones are built in at 4:3. Okay, so that is the standard ratio of an iPhone, where the standard ratio on an Android is 16:9. Which one's better?
Is what?
16:9.
16.
Yep, 16:9.
Oh,
So is one better?
On 3:4.
Yep. So you can change it right down over here. Oh, I'm not sharing. I was just showing you how easy it was to share. MacBook Pro, do I have to accept? Yes, please. Thank you. Okay, so here is the phone. So I can go over here, and here's my aspect ratio, 16:9. It's going to use the entire thing, top to bottom, including what's in
The brain there.
the frames over there. So if I flip it sideways, I'm using the entire 16:9 ratio. Or I could switch it back over here, aspect ratio 1:1. That's going to be a square, 4:3. And then that's more traditional what you're going to get in a DSLR camera. So which one's better? Whatever one you're trying to use. So there's so much to learn. Yes.
Another thing about having a phone is if you're, depending on what kind of public place you're in, trying to pull out a big camera.
Oh, yeah.
It's easier just to do this. You're not.
Excuse me, I'm doing people photography.
Right.
Excuse me.
Right.
This out. Yeah. Oh, where's my 150 to 600? That'll show them. I'll clear the line. You get a bazooka. In fact, with your phone, if you have your headphones, okay, you could use the plus item, on your volume knob as a camera clicker. So another reason to go sideways. You could use that. But if you put this in here, this little side button, the plus,
It's cool.
snip, snip. You can take photos and nobody will be the wiser. So it's a great street photography. Now, not traditional, but it doesn't build that confidence over there. But there's way to do. All right, we've run out of time. Yes.
The guidance on extending focal length.
You want to go? Well, do you already have three?
Yeah.
You could say, shoot.
You.
Great.
Yeah, well, just wait till the next version. Just wait till the next version. It's always the next answer. You just wait till the next version. You can take what you get and then run it through a extender, right? You can take that photo, bring it over to Photoshop and use a multiplier times 2 times 4. That's the equivalent, right? And then crop it down. Yep.
There's probably a lot of them, but I did a course online for iPhone photography.
Yep.
I think it was iPhonePhotographySchool.com.
Yep. That's a great one.
Yeah, okay. So there's a lot of them out there. If somebody really wants to get into it.
Yep.
They do a great job.
Yeah. Another thing you can do is if you bring your phone upside down, that's a great way to get interesting angles. Just bring your photo upside down and you still got push it with your phone, push it with your thumb. Happy to talk afterwards. I'm sure there's more. Talk amongst yourselves. Help put the chairs back. Great seeing you. Looking forward to next time.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm not doing enough. All right,
That used to, with which part?
Oh, there you go. Thanks so much for coming. Bring your camera next time.
Okay.
We can, what it is.
So it's like, many years ago, but long story short, I want to go with my mom. And her health is, declining, so I want to make sure that.
Yeah, I guess
with
what-
me.
It's not a focus, but I see.
We went to the house.
Yeah.
I never got to go.
And I went back.
We're all around it.
Yeah.
Was when I tried to go to get last. So I got my. Professional camera, looking at having to put that in the car. My iPhone.
Another great term. You can't get one, you can pull out the
I was
other.
taking that course a couple of weeks ago on Kelby's website.
Yeah.
And the first thing he said is he held up his iPhone, said, "What is this?" And everybody said, "It's a phone." He said, "No, it's not." He said, "It is a camera with a computer and that can make phone calls and has internet." He said, "Once we start understanding that, you're gonna do that. You know, you're gonna be different."
Okay. There's a great video on YouTube. It's on. What do you guys say? Listen.
Now, there's a different resolution. About I checked it about 5.8 days ago. But, you know, you have it's lower. Fighter. Next weekend, so probably be but, you know, it's a week and a half out. And in May, it's gonna be right in the middle of Ryan, but it's really right. Yeah, people, after it. Very good. Now, later, we're gonna have a better view. It's like, you know, based on magnitude, yeah, so, you know, we've got not bad. It's very naked eye, Photoshop. And it is trying, so hopefully get a picture of it. Just to community contest. And, you know, I already figured out, like, we take 35 and get a draft and I can get from the end on the same. Yeah, I got in there to shoot. Okay, it's guys. Feel that you are 60 millimeters. I have a hate that there's no picture. I do have adapters to go.